Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Liverpool show. Mandem United podcast meets the analysis at Anfield podcast. So please keep all your comments and questions, Manchester United or Liverpool related. Who is at fault for Liverpool's poor season? Yeah, the season's not over, but we will be discussing that. And it's all changed at Liverpool, not only with Arne Slot going in to replace Jurgen Klopp, but I believe it's a new CEO, new technical director, new director of football. So it's all going, there's a lot going on upstairs at Liverpool. In regards to Manchester United, obviously a big game on Sunday, biggest game of the weekend. Manchester United face Arsenal in a title tussle with Manchester City. So I'm sure we will be discussing that. But first and foremost, make sure you hit the like button. Actually, before I get to that, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV, man. Real ones as well. This beard is getting long. But yeah, people, big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Much appreciated. Make sure you hit that like button on the video, though. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, make sure you hit that like button expeditiously. Please share across all of the socials as well. And that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. You see it right there. Follow on Twitter on both accounts, also on Instagram as well. And on top of those two things, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't to Sarcasm City TV as well. You know what I'm saying? We got my Dunn in the building, man. Like G is here, Ryan's in the cut as well. What you man telling me, man? Everybody good?
Good Friday evening, lads. Good Friday
Yeah, man.
evening, man. Hope you're both blessed, bro.
I'm
You know what
blessed,
I mean?
man. I'm blessed.
Good Friday, man.
I'm blessed. You already know what you're saying, little bro.
I
You
call you
good?
about
What
the
you
beard.
saying, Ryan?
I call you about the beard thing, by the way. I need to go get my comb, and I'll do that tomorrow
Yeah,
morning.
yeah. The beard, as because obviously I'm not normally, well, I am full screen on here, but I seen it. I was like, yeah, this beard's just getting long. You know what I'm saying? And out of shape, but here we are, man. Here we are. So I was like,
Yeah,
all right, let me comb it
yeah.
and just just patted it. But hey, man's working on it, so you know how it is. Yes, Ryan, what are you saying? You good?
Yeah,
We
good.
got
How are
right.
you?
Oh, bless, oh, bless, oh, bless. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. I see all of you lot in the chat. Hey, big up to Ends. Hope you're blessed. He says, big up the man them. Bless up the man them. MC4, he says, have Liverpool had a bad season? They were in a title race up until the end and still not mathematically out of it. If United had that season Liverpool had, I would say it was a good season for United. But Liverpool are not Liverpool are not Manchester United, and Manchester United are not Liverpool. Yes, if we would have had their season, it would have been a good season, but our expectations was different. You know what I'm saying? And that the expectations was different. And to Andrew says, "Gee, don't let Flawless say anything brazy after United got cooked by Palace." Hey, Ends, don't do that. How about you pull up if you're about? I don't know if you're still in the Caribbean, but if you want to chat to me, let's chat. You know what
Nah,
I'm
he back
saying?
in the
Because
building. He back in the building.
is he back in the building? Because you was talking about winning the league, and I ain't seen you since. So if you want to talk about being cooked by Palace, they ended your hopes on your own patch. But hey, we move. Shout out to my guy Ends every single time. That's my done every single time. AA Witherspoon says Liverpool were 7 points at the top. Then the Klopp announcement made history. Big up to AJB as well. I see you, my guy Paul T. Neil Gunner says 16 out of 10 panel. You already know, man. Only the best out here. Damien says, sorry, just tuning in. 16 out of 10. You already know. Ends, you're my done. But let's start there, G. We'll start with you. Who I'm not gonna ask you, I'm not gonna insult your intelligence. I know you believe and know that Liverpool had a poor season in regards to the expectations of what was placed upon you lot. But who do you think is at fault? Is it like more so one person? Is it multiple? There's a Klopp announcement. Did that have to happen when it happened? What's your thoughts?
Probably a combination of all of the things that you mentioned, to be fair. Players, manager, the announcement. I don't know, because we won games after that announcement. It's not like we were losing games.
We won a
games.
trophy
So
after that announcement. Like,
yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I'm just asking.
yeah. No. Of course, but yeah, I think it's just a combination of things. And to be honest, the team's never really that good enough anyway. Like at some point, it had to crash at some point. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and I think it's just one of those things. I think people are more big up Lex, man. I think people are more baffled that it probably happened against certain teams as opposed to it actually crashing itself.
Okay.
That's the kind of feeling that I get. Isn't that we're not winning the league because again, like the two teams who are ahead of us, they are better than us this season. Do you know what I mean? So that's understandable. I don't have a problem with that. I just think it's because You lose 3-0 against Atalanta. You don't beat Manchester United. You can't beat Crystal Palace. You can't beat West Ham. You can't beat Everton. Like, you start thinking, well, hold on a minute. Like,
What's going
like
on?
these are the teams. Like, yeah, you know, like it's different if our run was like Arsenal lost, City lost,
Villa.
like I don't know, like
or Villa or
like,
something. Yeah, in that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Better
like, you know what I
sides.
mean, like you don't mind, like not that you don't mind, but you're not going to look at it mad and wild. And I think even to that comment that you just said, that you just put up there from MC40, big up to yourself. You answered it perfectly, bro. We're not like Manchester United could think that's great, that's good for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the position that both clubs are in. Is just like,
agreed.
You would
Expectations expectation is much different for us than it was for you. Like, so that's where it stands. That's where it stands. Same way if you know. If City would have if City fell off, like a poor season for City is probably a great season for most. But if you're Manchester City, you can't do let's say City finish second and win the FA Cup. That's a great season for most of the Premier League. For them, that's abysmal. If City, like, let's say that happens hypothetically, let's say Arsenal win the league and City win just the FA Cup. That's a bad season for them. That's a poor season, even though they bought. If you beat Manchester United, good season. Aston Villa, Tottenham, good season. You know what I'm saying? Even Arsenal take that to Chelsea, FA Cup in second. Yes, 100%. It is. Ryan, what are you saying? Liverpool's poor season. What do you look down to it as? Like a mix of things? Is it one thing more than the other? Let me know. Hey, Lex, if you want to join, let me know. I thought you was working. Let me know. You already know you're welcome, fam. Go on.
I don't think you can pinpoint it on one exact thing or one exact person. I think they all have to take responsibility. Players, manager, they all have to take responsibility for what happened at the end of the day. It's like at the same time when we're doing so well and you're praising all of them, when it goes tits up, you have to then, go in on all of them at the end of the day. And, you see, your Nunez and your Diaz kind of, get, I'd say, the most kind of criticism. I do feel those two have really let us down, but at the end of the day, I can't scapegoat them. It's more to just those two why we lost this league and why our season's ended the way it has at the end of the day. It's a culmination of everything. We just weren't good enough at the end of the day. And the Klopp announcement it's hard to say, to be honest with you, because like G said, people forget it's not as if we went downhill when Klopp did his announcement. We were on really good form still after the announcement. Obviously, he announced it in mid to late January. I forgot the exact date, but like mid to late January, and then our season only really started collapsing in like towards the end of April, really. So for 3 months, we were still doing fine, to be honest with you. So, and that included winning a trophy. That included going on a good run in the league, and actually having some good performances in there as well. And so it's hard to say the announcement, really. For all we know, even if he was staying, this could have happened at the end of the day. Because like G said, this isn't the Liverpool team of a few years ago under Klopp, where we had Mane, Salah, Firmino, etc. This is a worse Liverpool team than that at the end of the day. And I think, we just weren't good enough. Like G said, the performances over the season, they haven't been the most convincing, let's be honest, but we've been getting results. And at the end of the day, were we lucky to be... I can't say we were lucky to be where we were, because when you're getting the results and it's over like a 30-game period, you can't really say that's luck at the end of the day. So, big up, Jerry. You can't really say that's luck. So, I don't know, man. The fact is our attackers couldn't take their chances. We conceded too many chances as well in those games. Like G said, the shock came in the fact that how bad we've collapsed in a way. You look at Arsenal, for example. Arsenal might not win the league. They might not win the league.
Yeah.
But they haven't collapsed, really.
They've gone all the way to the end in regards to it. Yeah.
I mean, if you look if Arsenal don't win the league, it'll be the Villa game, I think, that you'll look at as the game that probably cost them the title, in my opinion, the one they lost a few weeks ago.
What are you saying, Lex? You good?
Yeah, man. I mean, great, man.
Love that, man. It's good to see, man. You're in a great mood, it seems, man. Love that. Go on, Ryan. Carry on. Sorry, my bad. Carry on.
Like if Arsenal don't win it, from this point, you're looking at maybe the Villa game a few weeks ago that they lost, and saying that was the game that probably cost them, to be honest. For me, it's the Villa game that cost him.
I see you. That's the one. If you look back, like there is, because that one is in most recent memory. But I get
It's the
your
most
point. I
recent
look
one.
at,
Obviously,
yeah.
you can look.
I look at
Obviously, I
Fulham
don't
and
want to
West
go on
Ham.
an Arsenal tangent here, but like,
Nah, fuck
yeah,
'em.
people
Let's
say
go.
the Fulham game, but that was the
Yeah.
third game of the season, bro. There was 34 games, 35 games to go after that.
Well, it still
So
matters though. If that, let's say they
it
lose,
definitely matters. But for me,
Yeah.
if I'm an Arsenal fan and you don't
Yeah.
win the league, I'm looking at that Villa game personally. That they
West Ham
lost a
too,
few
though.
weeks ago.
Go on, carry on.
But even West Ham was in December. I'm looking at the fact they had it in their hands, and they had a game at home to Aston Villa, which they should be winning. And Villa are a good team, but they should be beating Villa at home when you're going for a title, and they lost it. For me, I'm looking at that game as the one that could cost them the league if they don't win it. But if going back to Liverpool, it's like it's the way we've collapsed at the end of the day in the league. Like, the FA Cup, I can kind of forgive them. It's kind of a freak game. That the Europa League was, for me, I think the Atalanta home game was probably the biggest turning point in our season, to be honest, because if you look at it, people are like, oh, it was the United FA Cup game. I don't think it was, to be honest, because the fact is we still won a couple of league games after that. We still won a couple of league games after that. We were in a good position, top of the league. There was still a good feeling around the club, around the fans. A lot of hope still. Even the United away game that we drew in the league, yeah, like it felt bad at the time, but we were still in a decent enough position in the league. Joint level on points with Arsenal at the top, still ahead of City. But that Atalanta game, I was at that game and it just felt something turned that day. It literally did feel like that. It was like I said to you, Flawless, but I said to you the day after, we're not beating Palace on the weekend. I've supported this club for years at the end of it. I knew we weren't winning that game. I know what was going. I knew that after that result, losing 3-0 at home in a European quarter-final, they weren't recovering from that in 3 days. They were not recovering from what happened in that game in 3 days mentally. And I knew we wouldn't beat Palace. I didn't think we'd lose, but I didn't think we'd win. I thought it'd be a draw. But we lost, and that was the game that you realised we weren't going to win it. And then the Everton game was the real like dagger, the real kind of finish to it at the end of the day. So I think even if we'd have beaten Everton, we wouldn't win the league. So like, yeah, you look at it, we just weren't good enough as a team, man. And like I said, the manager has to take blame for that. The players have to take blame for that. So yeah, that's the way I look at it, man. We like City and Arsenal have been more convincing than us all season, and that's probably shown at the end of the day, to be honest with you, in the end. So yeah, that's what it is.
No, first, yes, Lex. What are you saying, man? Same to you. Did you look at like the way? Obviously, I have an idea, but you actually may have more to expand on in regards to Liverpool's season and the way it went and the way it fell away, going from the quad to what happened. Yeah, no stress. Do your thing. Oh yeah, to Coach's Corner. Yes, I get back to you because you did email me about the Spotify thing. I hit you back tonight in regards to that. Yeah. I got you. Don't worry about that. Big up everyone that is tapped in. Though I see you lot. Run up the likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Just keep your questions United or Liverpool related people. And yes, Pels, you're right. Mbappe to Real Madrid has brought a tear to my eye. That's on a free, that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? On a free. And we all knew
they get a lot of these kind of deals like frees and paying players. Like, they don't really spend a lot of money on players like that.
They don't. Mbappe on a free. That one happened to no one else. No, that ain't happening to nobody else in European football.
But think of it, yeah. Obviously, I know that people are going to say, "Oh, Bale or Ronaldo." Yeah, of course, because they were still like in their prime and their clubs weren't trying to see them leave like at that time. But when you think about it, if you as a player, like anyone here sitting on, obviously, I know we ain't played professional football at that level, whatever, right? But if Real Madrid tell you, brother, just run out your contract, you're running out the contract. There's nothing that anyone can tell you to do. You're just gonna run it out. Like, do you get what I mean? So, like, you're not gonna do that for any other club, though. Like, if Manchester United or Liverpool or bro, you're not running out.
You'd be a bit skeptical. You'd be a bit more skeptical about it.
You'd be skeptical. You'd be like, I don't know about all that. Like, I'll think about it. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, but Real Madrid, you're saying, okay, cool, I'll run it out. As in, I don't mind even staying here for an extra 2 years if you're going to guarantee that you're going to sign me. And Mbappe, he stood there for an extra year or two, and he's here now. So
that's why it didn't make no sense for PSG to not sell him, knowing that he could run down his contract. Like, sell him. That's what. But they gave him the keys, knowing that he could still leave. It made no sense whatsoever. Unless they was like, you know what, you're leaving on a free. Let's try and win the Champions League before you leave. Yeah, and it still failed. They should have just sold him. And I'm a big Mbappe fan, but they should have just sold him and reinvested that money and went again. Because you would have got, I can't remember the offer, but I swear Real Madrid actually put in a big money offer for him. Like, I don't know if it was last season or the season before, but you could have got a
again
for him.
They, it's that arrogance, isn't it? Like you think, you almost don't want to be seen like, bro, we're just out here just selling players. Like, come on, man, like we're PSG, we're trying to be. They obviously trying to be like a Real Madrid in the future kind of thing, but they didn't realize that nobody, no club in football, and to be honest, probably to the day I die, hopefully that's not until like 100. But I don't see any club surpassing Real Madrid in any way, shape, or form, in any aspect. I just don't see it, bro. They've been this club since God knows when, and they continue to be it. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
And to game me for life quickly before I get Alexis.
Illuminati, man.
They've this guy. They've already.
Well, the Illuminati
Fabrizio Romano already said that he's going Madrid. I think I've seen a tweet. I don't know how true it is. The chat will know. Someone in the chat will drop it. Like, this has been done since February. This is what I've been told. So. Yeah, well, no, that's what I've seen. Sorry, that's what I'll say as well.
Mbappe to Liverpool.
Yeah, man, Mbappe to Liverpool because you might got the Jordan deal as well, right? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And he with Jordan, hey, man, hell of a dream. But yes, what you saying,
easy,
Lex, man?
Light work. Yeah, what a question.
Merseyside Mbappe, man. We're talking about Liverpool, like what went wrong in your season and towards the back end of it that you ended up here. Like, who do you look at to blame? You look more at Klopp? Do you look at the announcement? Is it players? Did you not strengthen right in the summer? Etc. What do you look at? Go on.
The thing is, the problem with this season isn't necessarily about this season. It's about what led up to this season. It's about the seasons before when we should have made improvements and we didn't. So that is really the crux of the matter. It's like, yes, we overachieved in the sense that we're placed third in the league currently, and we were in a title race for the most of the time. But when we look at the grand scope of thing, two of the teams, or majority of the teams currently in the title race, like the three of us, haven't performed to our very best. Now, a big issue with that has to do with us not properly planning, as I said, from years before, because the thing is, there's some things that you cannot do and expect to achieve the maximum success, right, Flawless?
Yeah.
You cannot sign mediocre players and expect to be vying for top this or top that.
Yeah, I agree.
You cannot cling. Certain things you see don't work. You cannot just cling to one player and have that one player be the centerpiece of your whole organization, while you tear apart the rest of the organization, not realizing that the other players in the team actually contributed to that player's success. And you then never replicated those same players. So you got rid of Mane, but you never brought in a Mane type player. Firmino, you never got a Firmino type player. Yeah, so then that messed up everything for Salah, because what Salah needed was what those guys provided. And that's why he was so great. And ever since they've left, we've fallen off. So the onus of the blame goes to the improper planning, goes to the ownership, goes to whatever structure that was provided to the club. And I think the reason why Edwards left is because as Klopp grew in strength, his role got diminished. And what happened is that friction, because Klopp had so much input in the signings that we got, it then dwindled in greatness. So the signings just continuously got worse. Mm-hmm. And now we see what is happening, that actually the Klopp that was actually the best Klopp is the Klopp who wasn't signing the best version of Klopp was the mixture with Edwards. Mm. That was the best version of Klopp. Mm. Because the players that Edwards got in were the ones that propelled us to the success that we got. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, we haven't been so. You get me?
Yeah.
So
you're right.
If I'm going to blame anything on this season, it has to be that. It has to be the same reason why we failed last year. It has to be the same reason why we failed the year before. Mm-hmm. You get me?
No,
it's just inadequate signings. Because look, Flawless, you have to understand. There are a lot of factors. As a title challenging team that we have faced that a lot of other teams haven't faced to the large extent. So our best players are Afghan players, have been for the past 8-9 years. and we'll always lose them. Just have a dip in form after they come back. And then we've lost the league to
You mean like when they go away to AFCON? And then
when Salah and Mane leave.
Yeah. I get you.
Imagine flawless. We lose the league by 1 point in seasons when Salah and Mane left.
Yeah, that's true. They would have made up that 1 point probably. That's the crazy part.
But you know what? They weren't the reasons, because if you look at those 2 seasons they went to AFCON, we won every game in the league whilst they were at AFCON.
Yes, but then they came back and we had to depend on them.
You're saying the form could have took a hit.
The form dipped. Every year. People always say,
"Oh, didn't Mane came back and was better.
Did Salah?
Okay, I could understand.
Did Salah? So
yes,
Salah did, and Salah could be the
but who is the guy? That is my point. Without the AFCON, we consistently have these guys and they maintain the form. We're able to keep them as fit as possible, because it's sometimes Mane got injured. Mane has come back injured from AFCON before. You get to Messi? Salah has come back with knocks and so on and so forth. It happened this season again. Like, we could have literally won the league. This man was on blistering form, went to the AFCON, came back and just absolute trash. And everyone...
He was the most informed player in the league, if I remember correctly.
So then flawless. Exactly.
This season was Salah not one of the most in terms of GNA? Was he not the most?
I think he was the
most,
actually. Yeah.
Literally still top 3 GNA, still top 3, top 4, top 5 GNA. He's still that, and he hasn't got much GNA since he's been back. He could have literally been number 1 right now in both avenues. But no one. But then the thing about it is, you decided we wanted to change the system. So then, instead of having the provider of Firmino and Mane who would provide assists and so on and so forth and share the ball with Salah mutually, you then bring in Nunez and Diaz. And these men, what do they have to offer in terms of providing assists for Salah? Salah is the one threading passes to them, and they miss. They miss every chance. They miss sitters. They miss in the 6-yard box. They miss from outside the goal. They miss from inside the goal. Every opportunity these men get.
What you say, G?
They miss.
They miss from inside the goal.
That's how bad they are.
Sorry,
they miss from the left.
I know what you mean.
They miss from the left.
I know what you mean. I can't even argue that.
They miss from the left. They miss from the right. That's all they do. The goal is empty. They miss.
Kick the ball.
And then we look at the team and we say, well, which player's fault is it? This fault is it? Is the man that were making decisions upstairs fault? Because of them put these players together, clap on the rest of them. But we love club because he won us a Champions League. How about 2 Champions Leagues? Well, we love club. How about 2 Premier Leagues instead of 1? Thank you. How about, because we know our most important players have to go to AFCON every year, how about get us better players? How about that? Instead, we just fiddle with the money and going like we don't have no money to spend because, we have to sell to buy, and we make all of these excuses. Then how do you expect to compete? How do you expect to continue being a big club? Spend the money, go bankrupt like Barcelona.
You might drop the bag on Caicedo in terms of the offer.
Bro, it was such a surprise. Why do you let your nuts hang for Caicedo, blood? Of all people, you could have let your nuts hang for Bellingham. You could have let it hang for flipping Chouameni when we wanted him. You could have but you let it hang for Caicedo.
The Chouameni thing was different though. The Chouameni thing, he just chose Real Madrid. Liverpool,
big up Saeed for the raid as well, man.
He just chose Real Madrid.
Yo, bro, sometimes I get it, but bro, then get better sales reps, fam.
Bellingham was a weird one.
Listen. FSG, listen. Since I understand Liverpool isn't the best area, whatever foolishness you man always have to say about Liverpool, invest in the whole area, the whole of Liverpool, the whole area. Build skyscrapers, have it look like Abu Dhabi, and then just get us players, please. Get us something. Do something or just leave the club. Go sell us to one of them rich man place, blood. You get what I say? Go sell Liverpool to some big side, blood. Some big rich man we can just resurface the infrastructure, move Liverpool from wherever it is to the coast or something where it's more relevant or more nice or more whatever. Build highways, over the top of buildings and all of these things. Do something. But we need to attract players so win leagues and these things, blood. Stop with this cheap shit.
Lex, with what you said before.
I think we're getting the feedback from him. Go on, say something. Or no, now if it's him, say something, Ryan.
Yeah, with what
Feedback.
Yeah, we're getting echo from you. That's all. That's all it is, Lex. It might be the wireless headphones. That's what it is. They don't work well with StreamYard. It might be them. Go on, carry on. Just take yourself up. Yeah, it's the wireless. But go on, Ryan. Say what you're gonna say, because then Lex can respond.
I really agree with what Lex said before about the transfers and everything, and that's where you actually have to blame Klopp, because like he has been the one in charge of recruitment, pretty much him and Linders the last few years since Edwards left. And you have to look at that and say, since Edwards left, our recruitment has been in the bin. And you look at the difference when Edwards was here and when he wasn't here. It's night and day at the end of the day. You look at when Edwards was here, it was Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, Alisson, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Robertson. Now you look at it, it's like Nunez, Diaz, Szoboszlai, all these bums. Like, but then I also say, our team was, if you're talking about this season in isolation, our team that we had was good enough to beat Palace at home. It was good enough to beat United away. It was good enough to beat Everton. It was good enough to beat West Ham. So, like, if you look at that and say, you can't just blame it on the recruitment over the last few years. The teams that we actually had in terms of isolation for those games was good enough to beat those teams. If we'd have lost those games to, let's say, City and Arsenal, I could have understood that, our teams weren't good enough to match up to them on the day. But, like, you look at it, the teams we've actually dropped points to and what have actually lost us the title, we should have been beating with the team we have anyway. So, like, for me, that's why I can't really blame it on just that one thing. It's a collection of everything, to be honest with you. Like,
better players, we win those games. So
yeah, but our team was good enough to win those games regardless. It should have been good enough to.
Yeah, no, it should have been. But the thing about it, Ryan, is there is like a level, right? So say right now we're like 10% more better than West Ham, or 30% more better than West Ham, using metrics, right? How about let us buy better players and be 80% better than West Ham, where they stand no chance at all?
That makes sense.
I do.
You get what I'm saying? Because no, but Ryan, the reason why I attribute it to recruitment is because the reason we lost these matches is because these guys are missing chances. It's not that they were.
You
get what I'm saying?
Big reason. I do genuinely think that's a big reason. Our recruitment has been in the bin the last few years, bro. Like, last couple of years, it's been horrible. Like, I do agree.
Yeah. Like, do something, build some, offer the man them a house. offer them some land. Tell them, say, yo, we have hella land in Liverpool, or ask them, yo, you prefer London? We go buy land in London then. You get what I say?
Yeah.
And give it to you. And then come Liverpool. You get what I say? Give them somewhere nobody else won't give them. You get what I say?
Incentivize. No, I do.
Yeah, get the man them incentives, yo. The echo of the room, yo. Of the room, because I hear the echo too.
Right, it's all good. Big up to Andrew for the super chat. He says, so I heard our backroom staff is very good. So I expect big signings and challenging. Can't be having we have no money anymore. What do you say? Can't be having we have no money anymore messages.
Basically, PR saying that we have no money. And
what's your thoughts on this, G? What are you saying in regards to this? Do you believe, because obviously we'll get into the backroom staff because you've completely changed your backroom staff. You got new people in your hierarchy. But what is your thoughts on this in regards to, I don't want to hear any excuses in regards to money, or is it do better with the money that is being spent?
You know what's so mad? Yeah, before I even answer that question, I'm just thinking about. Whilst Lex and Ray were talking, right? I was just sitting there thinking, like, Liverpool, you're actually boring me now. Like, I feel like it's the same old things, like, all the time, bro. Like I feel like obviously football goes in cycles, right? But I feel like with Liverpool, it's just like the same old kind of, like, since I've been born anyway, like in the last 30 years, like it's like the same old kind of cycle, bro. Like like we've had good periods prior to Klopp even coming here. Like we've done, obviously, just without winning the Premier League, right? Obviously, him winning the Premier League obviously puts him over the edge in that regard. But we've had good periods before, like, and then you just go through like another period where it's like a little bit shit, then good, and then really, really good. Like after that, like, so when we're talking here about this whole ownership thing, I can't lie, like, one, I don't really care, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like I'm going to be like, that's going to be some excuse that we can use for next season. Like, I can't use that and be like, if we finish, okay, prime example, if we finish top 4, I don't care what you lot do. I don't care what Chelsea do. I don't care what Spurs do. I don't care what Arsenal, Manchester City do. If I hear people going like, oh, yeah, no, top 4, yeah, that's just calm. I can't lie. I'm not really feeling that, like, because the reality is, it's not like I'm not expecting you to win the league, because I don't ever expect you to win the league because you're not the best team. So I don't ever expect it. That's fine. But to sit here and be like, yeah, top 4, no worries, man, just keep doing it, blah, 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 not a problem, blah, blah, blah. Like, to me, I don't really get that. And then you're changing this whole backroom staff, right? And you're getting in, basically, you're bringing back the old people who were here before. I expect you to.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think a mistake a lot of people make when it comes down to expectations is that you can put expectations into 2 categories. One is the expectation based on reality. The other is the expectation based on what you're supposed to do. You get me? So as Liverpool Football Club, you are supposed to be winning the league. I don't care. Or at least challenging for it, as we've done. But winning it more often. You get me? So that is one expectation. But because we know the current existence of our club, we know that we won't necessarily challenge for it very consistently because these men are shit. We have shit owners. You get what I'm saying? So it's a case where like, yo, I'm also tired of the narrative, as you say, because it's almost as if we're a liquor man club that get big every 4 years or every 5 years or sometimes every 30 years. You get what I'm saying? We win the off Champions League with a bunch of shit players and Steven Gerrard and maybe another 1 or 2 ballers. So it's like we're a West Ham that overachieves astronomically. You get what I'm saying? That's just so unacceptable because look, let me tell you what I will accept. I don't want to necessarily say you have to go out there and spend like City, but
I'm asking
if Edwards is really that guy, right? And if Edwards is constructing a team of guys that are the guys, then run me a couple more Salahs, but run it in the midfield this time. Run me another Van Dijk. You get me? Run me another Alisson. Run me another Sadio Mane. Run me another Firmino. Just find them. I don't care. Run them, give them to slot. Have these players fit slot system.
And
have us to be a cohesive unit. It depends. No, the thing about it.
The players that aren't good enough as well.
But Ryan, the thing about it, football is in a space where a lot of the times the reasons players aren't good is because of the system they're playing in. No, I cannot make that excuse for I cannot make no, but that's exactly what I'm just going to say. I cannot make that excuse on Nunez because the system fits him. The reason why we know the system fits him is because he's always there. The thing about it is, if Nunez had 11 goals in the Prem this season, but he missed like 15 or 10 big chances, fine. It means we're not creating enough for Darwin Nunez.
Yeah.
But if you are missing upwards of 35, 40 big chances, Darwin Nunez, it means you're shit. I cannot. Yes, you have passion. Yes, you do the wave. You celebrate with the fans. You're a scumbag. Oh, it's chaos. Fine, fuck off. At this point, leave. At this point, I cannot put it any other better way. Why? Because we have invested our emotions. We did a lot to be fans of this club, right? So what we want to see is at least players who will actually produce for us. Now, if we have a structure and we have a system that you fit, but you're just shit, then you just have to go. Like, I rate his pace, right? I rate that he's always on the end of certain chances.
He's always involved, man. He never has.
He's always there.
He's always.
That is the thing.
He's always involved.
That is the thing.
To be fair,
because he's been on the bench.
The point is
I'm talking about the games recently that he started. He hasn't really
No, but when Nunez plays, you know he's there. He never has he might have a bad game, but he don't have a quiet game.
Most of the
I've
time,
never
You don't have a quiet game.
involved,
I've never watched.
Yeah, you
Liverpool game and
always-
say Nunez has been quiet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Not
never.
And
necessarily
it's not
mean he's
exactly for
good.
the right reasons.
Yeah. That's
He
the
doesn't.
point I'm
He's
making,
not.
though.
Yeah,
He's a character who's always there. There's never been a time when Nunez was.
and I think that is why. I think that is why so much of the fan base is conflicted, because you can see it.
Okay.
You can see it. You can see it flawless. It's like when it's like you have a chain of thought. You just lost it, but it's at the tip of your tongue. It's still right there.
I can't lie.
But
I
it
think
just
the majority
won't
have
come.
turned now.
You reckon the majority?
You get me? No. But it's not because of his play. It's because this scumbag decided to delete everything Liverpool off his Instagram. That's why we've turned.
That was weird.
Yeah,
that
was he
so
get?
weird.
Wait. He was, to correct me if I'm wrong. He was getting abuse from Liverpool fans on his Instagram.
Who
correct?
doesn't get abused, Flawless?
Yeah.
You get abused. Even I get
No,
abused.
but when it gets
That is
personal and crosses the line, then that's wrong. Like obviously.
But
Huh?
no, all I'm saying is
But
if
Flawless,
if it's
Flawless.
yeah, go on.
There is a level of intelligence that is required to be a professional footballer. That is why you get paid a lot of money.
Agreed.
You have to be an idiot to think that the fans saying that you're shit has to do with the fact that you're not shit. No, you are shit. That is why we tell you are. No, if you have fans that have gone overboard, it's not the professional club that has said these things to you. You cannot then attribute it to Liverpool. You can put out a statement saying, I love the club, guys. I'm trying my best or some shit. Do some PR stunt. Do the Rashford. Don't do the Sancho from.
Don't do the Rashford. Nah, do the Sancho, man. Do the Sancho. Don't apologize.
No.
Bro, yeah, I'm
Yes, but
being an asshole, I know
Nunez,
what you mean.
no. Yeah, but the thing about it is Sancho is actually a good footballer. Nunez is shit. So in this equation, Nunez is actually Ten Hag and Liverpool is Sancho. You get what I say?
I hear you. That's bad funny. Yo.
It is. So right now, Darwin Nunez, you have done something that because you got abuse from a few fans, you've done something that all the people that backed you've disrespected.
Yeah.
You've disrespected your club of employment because it's highly unprofessional. I really don't care. You've laid disrespect all. Put out a statement that you have been receiving abuse, it's unacceptable, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Then fine. That is the professional way to handle it. Make a statement, do something. Don't go out and just delete every Liverpool post. The season isn't even finished yet.
So he deleted delete every Liverpool post, but he left left other posts up, or did he just delete everything?
He left other posts.
No, every other post there.
Okay. And this is because obviously his family was getting abused and stuff and posting things of that nature and all of that type of stuff. And that's what I'm guessing.
But even if you're going to do it, we need a statement to know why you've done it. You just do it randomly. This is not a child's thing.
Yeah. That part here.
It's not child's play.
Yeah.
You get me? So now we, the fans, are like, all right, because we are actually drawing conclusions saying it must be abuse why he did this. But then if it is abuse, we're not all abusing you. And if it is abuse, maybe that's because you haven't been scoring. It's your fault, blood.
That is wrong. They shouldn't be abusing his family and stuff like that. Don't abuse his
No,
family.
I 100% agree.
Yeah,
but Flawless, there's a way to handle things.
Agreed with that. Yes.
You get me? So in my opinion, the way Sancho handled his situation was the right way. Despite it being handled a certain way. Now, how Nunez has handled this situation, because it's something you can do something about. You get what I say? It's not a case that no one will help you. It's not a case that, if you put out a statement, the fans won't back you.
Yeah, the fans will understand it. If he's like,
they will understand. If he comes out and say, you man need for chill, fam. Like, man just trying to relax, and you man just come at me, come at my family. Yes, man, I scored some goals and I have Wally for big chances missed, but brother, man, try. Like, lay off on my back. I'm trying. It's not my fault the man them spent 100 mil for me, brother. I never me by myself. Me never come and say, yo, me never finesse on our fleece, you know. Me never come in a Liverpool and say, I'm worth 100 mil, pay 100 mil for me.
Yeah. And his goal
I
scoring
don't mean
record in
that.
Portugal was crazy as well. That last season.
Exactly. So it's like, yo, low it, fam. If you want vex with me, fine. But sometimes me kick the ball and it just not going at the goal. Well, most times. Me not expect you to understand, but brother, don't send me death threats and these things. It's just football, fam.
That's where it's too far.
I think
so if Nunez come out, like everybody can see with him, but it's like this man just saying fuck off Liverpool, so then fuck off Nunez. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
you chose to go this route.
I think
I just want to know how you go into training the next day, like, and chat to the man them when we all just saw your Instagram account, just deleted your whole Liverpool. I'll be like, yo, is everything good, my bro? Like how,
first of all,
it makes sense.
Jurgen Klopp, I know you're leaving, but for the rest of your year, until Nunez comes out and apologizes to the fans, I don't want to see his name on the team sheet. I swear down. There has to be some form of punishment, because no, we're not talking about apologizing to the manager. No, we're talking about apologizing to the fan base. That's a whole different kettle of fish, blood.
Can I say something about it? It's
go on,
it's like saying, like, obviously, what he's been getting in terms of the death threats when people, started targeting his family and stuff. That's just horrible, and you can't blame him for reacting to that. Once people bring your family into it, we all, it becomes personal then. But what it is that is the way he's handled it in response, in terms of he has handled it in the wrong way, in terms of, if you are going to do something, don't deactivate your account or something like that. Deactivate your account so you don't get this. So but instead it was like, right, why would you just delete the Liverpool related posts, in terms of, like I said, it's not all Liverpool fans that did it. It's a minority that did it at the end of the day. It doesn't represent Liverpool fans as a whole at the end of the day of what he was getting. And it literally did feel like a fuck you to Liverpool at the end of the day. That's what it felt. It felt like, now fuck you. It felt like he was sending a message of like, no, I'm pissed off with you as a club. Fuck you as a whole club. Whereas actually it was just it was a minority of fucking clowns who did what they did. So why he's handled it and has disrespected the club by doing that. And obviously, like I said, no one can blame him for reacting to what happened, because obviously anyone would do that. Anyone would react to when their family gets involved in everything. That's just horrible when that happens. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, do not blame the whole club. Do not disrespect the whole club. Do not say fuck you to the whole club for what a few stupid fans did at the end of the day. So that's the problem with what he's done at the end of the day. He has disrespected the whole club by doing this, and I do feel a statement should have been put out or something like that, like, an apology or something.
Like something. It's like this.
Think of the people that back him. Think of the people that still back him at the end of the day. I'd feel pissed if I were them. Like, these people are backed. These people have, through thick and thin, like, at the end of the day, we've made excuses for him all the time. We've defended him all the time. How are they going to feel when they think, oh, he just basically told me to fuck off after I've backed him all this time? Like, what he's done in terms is wrong, to be honest, and it does feel like he has disrespected the whole club. So yeah.
I hear that. And shit, man. Surprise guest, man. We got my like Stro in the building. Yes, family. What you saying?
Oh, not
you good?
This guy.
What you saying, Stro? Yeah, man. I'm blessed, man. Good to see you, man. Everything good?
If Ryan doesn't like you, I like you, dog.
Yeah, Stro. What are you saying, Stro, though? Everything blessed first and foremost.
Funny thing is, Ryan loves me and he knows he loves me. He's just trying to put a front on to try and make himself look cool.
For real, and that. For real. But yeah, since we were talking about it, actually, now, you know what? Jerry had a good question, so we'll go to you on it, Stro, actually. Big up to Jerry in the chat as well. He says, question for the panel, why should Liverpool be challenging for titles based on what? How do you look at it regards to next season? Obviously, you've had your overhaul. Well, not overhaul, but you've had new people upstairs, CEO, technical director, etc. Where do you stand with it, Stro?
Come on now, in a minute. I've got a problem with you.
Who?
Two things.
Who?
One, your title.
Wait, who? Me?
You. Yeah, you.
What did that do? This guy.
Yeah, cook him. Yeah. Go on. Yo, flawless. Mute your mic. Mute your mic for us. We need to hear this.
Actually, no. I've got three problems. One,
right, go on.
That atrocious hat. Secondly, can you explain to me why on the back of the wall you've got legend and it's a picture of you? You're an absolute narcissist scumbag. Thirdly, what's with the
Go on,
title? What's
Go
with the
on.
title of this, bro?
What is the title? Oh.
So you said my hat. This is just a bucket hat, but my hair is what's it called? Obviously, I got my hair out, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it on top. It's not this. It's not type one. Secondly, sorry, on the picture, it's not together. It's separate. The banner across the top, well, the plaque across the top, and the picture are two separate things. Shout out to my head of creative. She sorted me out with that, and it looks fire. Quit hating. And what was the third one? Have you not had a poor season?
Poor season for what?
I'm asking the question. Have you had a poor season?
Compared to last season, no.
Have you? So what was it?
Explain any Liverpool fan that had put us in this position at the beginning of the season. Brand new midfield.
Oh, hold on. Flawless. You won a Carabao Cup and came third last year. Did you have a poor season?
No, because our
Apart from the 7-Love. Apart from the 7-Love.
Shocking. No, and we also got battered by City. Our expectations was different. What we doing now?
Okay.
All of a sudden, now Liverpool.
No. So wait.
Yeah.
Flawless does this right all the time, and he thinks
all the time. Yo, all the time, and then he says things. Yes, exactly. Because,
yo, Flawless, you forget how well I know you, my brother.
We do know each other very well. That is true.
Two things. One, right? You can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose, right?
Pick and choose what?
It's either with your arguments, it's either higher expectations, but then at the same time, you can't then turn around in the exact same sentence and go, but you've only won one Premier League title. And So what higher expectations, my bro? Pick and choose one, and we'll go down that route. But you can't pick and choose.
Okay, so were you not? So all right, so you won the Carabao Cup. Were you not favourites for the Europa League?
Yeah.
Okay, so you failed
in the Europa League, yeah, 100%.
Yes. So you failed in the Europa League. You won the Carabao Cup, so that's half. You also one of the better teams in the FA Cup and went out to us, so you failed in that competition.
Not
so
true.
That's two. Yeah,
not true.
You're not one of the better teams in the FA Cup.
No, and I'll tell you exactly the reason why. Because let's not forget, Flawless. I was on before we came to use, and I specifically said that Old Trafford is a problem for Liverpool. Just like when you were coming away to Anfield,
absolutely,
it was a problem.
Absolutely.
So
it is.
So perfect example, right? And Ryan, you can shake your head all you want. That AC Milan team in 2005. No, wait, hold on. What are you talking about, bro?
Go on. Land, be on strong. Land, I'm listening.
2005 was AC Milan the best team in the world?
And I showed this guy nothing but love, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Oh, no, this is look how he just be there.
Yeah, you don't do that. Flawless.
2005 was that AC Milan team the best team in the world? Yes or no?
Were you the best side? And I'm trying to remember the other teams in 05. They were one of for your argument. I can't remember exactly. But he was definitely one of back then. But he would definitely to add to whatever the point you are going to make. Yes, AC Milan were definitely one of the better sides in Europe at that point.
So perfect example, right? We go into that cup final, a Liverpool favourites, yes or no?
No, you weren't, because they were the better side.
So this is my point. Cup football does weird, mysterious things. Hence the reason why everyone loves cup football, especially the FA Cup. Look at what happened with Coventry. Anything can happen in the cup game.
What happened with because Coventry got through, and Coventry, but then we also criticised the teams that they beat because Wolves shouldn't have lost to them.
Yeah, and at the same time,
look at what happened
in the semi-final. The magic of the FA Cup, anything.
No, it's not. We just shit. There's not no magic of the FA Cup.
It's not, bro. It's not, bro.
So how come I'm on the watch along? All right. The watch alongs. Wait. Hold on. The watch alongs are still up right now. And when it went 3-0, me, Eddie was on there. Sheik went, this ain't over, and we were all in agreement. There's nothing to do with the magic of FA Cup.
Cool,
We're just
what
terrible.
I'm saying is, I've seen Liverpool in my lifetime. I mean, you have so many conversations about this on the train, on the way back from the train, talking about how Liverpool in my lifetime were a cup team. But in cup games, anything can happen.
Absolutely. It's more of a variable, but that doesn't take away from my overall point. There's a favorite in games for a reason.
Perfect example, right?
Cup game or not, but go on, carry on.
Perfect example, right? Favorites for the FA Cup this season would have been Manchester City. Favorites for the Europa League. 100%.
I didn't say you were favorites for that. I said no.
So this is the point. But this is the point I'm trying to make. Have we failed in the Europa League? 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Winning the Carabao Cup, cool, one cup competition, right? But when you look at our season as a whole compared to last season, no, it's not a failure.
Hold on. Sure.
Go on.
You have to be careful, We don't want to be like Arsenal fans. We have to up the standards. So let's put it as a
but
film.
bro, but
Oh
I
yeah, Lex
agree.
meet Stroll meet Lex. Yeah.
I agree in
that.
terms of upping the standards, but at the same
Yeah.
time, we can't just be fucking living in fairyland. We have to be
Mm.
realistic.
All right,
Compared
so
to
has it been
last
so has
season,
it been an average season then?
yeah, it's been an
Compared
average
to,
season.
but I think flawless titles is based on the standards that we're supposed to have, and not necessarily last season.
You know what the crazy
my
part is?
question
No. Go on. What's your question, Arsenal?
My
Go on.
question is, what standards are we supposed to have?
You're supposed to still be in the title race.
The chance to win the league.
If you lot were
because we had the opportunities
if you lot were in third, 3 points off of City, I wouldn't have titled it.
No. But my point is, can anyone here realistically say going into this season, anyone had us as one of the title favourites or in a title race?
I had you second.
Yes.
I had you second.
But hindsight.
No. There's no hindsight. No, there's no hindsight. It's just a simple yes or no question.
I had you. Yes, I had you second.
But hindsight is a factor.
Yes or no? Did anyone have us in the title race?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had you second.
I didn't. Yes. I had a stop for it.
No, Lex, no, Ryan.
Which was a fifth.
I had you second. I said all this.
Ryan.
Fourth.
And even Duncy saying it there, Liverpool was the bookie second favourite. Thank you. So general consensus is that Hughes was second. General consensus at the start of the season, not from everybody, because you get people who are in the minority, but general consensus, whether it's social media, whether it's content creator space, whether it's mainstream media, whether it's the bookmakers, had Liverpool second. So what are we talking about here? You fell away. So you've been poor in the Premier League because you fell away because people didn't have you so far away from Arsenal
last season.
Yeah. But you still improved on paper this season. Yes, there is a but. There is a but. So you weren't second. Okay, so like I said, you're in the minority. So I'm talking for the general consensus. I'm saying here as a Manchester United fan, I had you finishing second.
But my point
thought
is,
you the second best. But go on.
As a realist, when you look at how bad we were last season, and let's be honest, last season was awful. Some of the worst football we've seen.
You know what? I take that off. I think it was just what's the word I'm looking at? I just looked at that as a one-off. I didn't expect that to happen again.
So fine, right?
Because you improved. Transfers matter as well.
I agree, but this is my point. When you go into this season and you have a whole new transition with all new midfielders, nobody in the right mind would go, Liverpool are going to challenge for the title. Liverpool are going to go for all four. Liverpool.
When did you fall? Not all four. All four.
But sure.
All four is not wild actually. No. 3 out of 4 is not wild.
When you look at last season, it is.
Again, but
when you look at. This is how hindsight would apply to this equation. Because the opportunity presented itself that we actually played way better than we expected for a large portion of the season. So because of that, the expectations along the season change. Because at this point in time, we know saw the opportunity where we should be winning the league.
Yeah.
Because based on our performances.
How many games did you man win in a row in the Premier League? At one point,
I think the most we've won is like 5 or something. But we only lost twice up until like April.
Yeah, did you not go 10-12 or something like that? Or
11
and 13?
That,
you lot went on a mad.
It was a crazy streak.
But the way I've looked at it,
go on.
The way I've looked at it is Gary Neville put it best on his podcast when he was talking about us.
Gary Neville.
He felt because I don't agree with Gary Neville.
Let him land. I want to hear this. Go on.
But specifically, what Gary Neville said is 100% spot on. When he's talking about City, Arsenal, and us, he was saying that we were always the outlier, and he never put us as favourites because he always felt like this season we were punching above our weight and we were just clinging on. And when you look at us as an actual unit, it's 100% true. This is the point I've been going back to.
And that's cool, but that's him who was in the minority. General consensus was you're the second best team in the league and you were going to be the closest to Manchester City. That cannot be argued. So therefore, when you look at it as that metric, is not. That's the facts of the matter. Before you go, Ryan, every metric was like that. The bookmakers was like that. Social media,
especially at the start,
the content creator space was like that, and everything that we look at and also you add in the fact not only were you second and seen as that, the form you was in. You lot had terrific form at points. There was a time when you lot just didn't lose. So what we talking about here? You was literally up in the title race till April, correct? When did you lot fall off? Like April?
Yeah, late April. Because
It's April. You know what I'm saying? We're only in May.
Mid-April.
Mid-April. So we're talking a month ago that you lot was in a title race, that you lot
This
was
is-
not
and it
even
was-
talking about quads and trebles. And yes, the likes of G would say, hey, you know what? These performances are not good enough. But again,
No, they
minority.
weren't.
We're not talking. Yeah, G did say this. You said the same.
Yeah,
Lex,
they
but
weren't.
again,
Yeah.
we're talking about the minority. Like when they said that. So we go with what we always go with is the general consensus. You are one of the
we
best
go with the
teams.
smartest people, Flawless, and we are the smartest people.
I am definitely not the smartest person because I called it wrong. But the point that I'm making is, yeah, before you go, you were one of the best teams in the FA Cup, didn't win that. One of the third best. You're the third worst. You're the third best team in that, and you didn't get knocked out by one of the two teams that better than you. Went out in embarrassing fashion to Atalanta and won the Carabao Cup and fell away in the league. What are we talking about here? So you failed in 3 of the 4 competitions. Yeah. How is that not failure? How is that not
Atalanta shit was definitely failure.
That
Atalanta shit was definitely paid.
If you compare last season,
yeah,
the fact that we missed out on the Champions League and didn't win a trophy, to come next season to get back into the Champions League, which is lucrative financially, and to pick up another trophy.
No, it's not, because we should never have had that season. There was no excuse for having that season last season in the first place.
Go on.
So you just can't say, oh, all we needed to do was just improve on last season and automatically it's a success at the end of the day.
No,
you can't say
that's
that.
not. Is that what I said?
No, but you're making out
No.
everything's
Is
fine
that
just
what
because
I
we had
said,
an improvement on last season.
Is that what I said?
Yes, you're saying that. It's
No,
been all
did I
right
say
this
that
season
word for
just
word?
because we improved on last season.
Nope, not what I said.
No, yes, you did.
So those words left my mouth.
That's what you're hinting at, though. That's what you're basically saying.
Nope. Listen to what I'm actually saying, right? In terms of failure, when you compare last season to this season, and when you compare us this season, did we fail in Europa League? 100%. Did we fail in the Premier League? No, because our goal this season was to never go and win the Premier League.
But it doesn't matter,
always get back in the Champions League.
No, it doesn't matter.
How does that not matter?
To speak
when we get set a goal, Liverpool's first goal this season was get back in the Champions League. Why?
I think we all expect. No one had you outside the top 4 though. No one had you lots outside the top 4.
No one had us outside the top 4 last season. But we didn't
and you had a bad season, but Stroll, that was an anomaly. You had a bad season.
And also we had a complete midfield.
Yes, but on paper it was better. You were still regarded as worst case scenario, third. Worst case scenario.
My point is, when you look at Liverpool's goals going into this season, the first goal is get back in the Champions League.
And you
Whether
did that.
anyone had us outside of it or not, that is the first goal.
No, you did that. No,
so therefore, that's one success. Picking up a trophy, second success.
Absolutely.
So when you actually start looking,
that's where no. That's where it ends.
No.
What's the other wait? What's the other successes?
Let me finish. Let me land. The midfield overhaul has been a massive success. The fact that we've managed to bed them in going into next season. How is it not?
Szoboszlai, McAllister, a massive success. No, I disagree with that.
Massive
I think it's been an improvement, but I don't think it's a massive success.
There's question
if it's
marks
a massive
on all 4.
I don't think it's a massive success.
Right,
no.
Wait.
I don't think it's a massive success.
No. If you let me finish and let me land, I'll explain why I'm telling you it's a massive success.
Let him land.
Right, McAllister.
Got me a Ryan.
That's not a success.
3 good months. 3 good months.
No, not 3 good months. McAllister is not.
Let him land, Ryan. Let him land, and you can respond. Let him go. Go on, Stro. Go on. So McAllister.
Genuine question to everyone in the group: has McAllister been a success this season?
I think McAllister has been. I think McAllister has been. Yes.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
2.
I think
Lex.
McAllister.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 season.
So that's above average. That's good. We'll put it in the success. We'll put it in the plus column. Yes.
Right.
Say that's
because these 3
column.
months was very good.
Hey, Ryan, let it go. We need to get. Hey, Ryan, I want to actually get Ryan. This
good.
is a great debate. I actually want to get to continue this on. Go on. So then let's go to the rest of the midfield.
I will tell you the reason why I say that this midfield.
Let's go to the rest of the midfielders individually, like we did McAllister. So Szoboszlai been a success.
No, flawless. Bear with. I will get to that. But let me land, and I'll get to that. The whole reason I mentioned McAllister is because Ryan interrupted and said 3 good seasons. That's why I specifically honed in on McAllister. Or 3 good months, right? My point.
I'm not.
He just
My-
kind of
I've
pissed
literally
take, you
watched
know.
us all. He's had 3 good months. 3 very good months, but 3 good months.
No, it's not just three good months.
Got me defending Liverpool players, but we move.
So this is my point, and this is the reason why I say it's been a massive overhaul or it's been a success, right? Perfect example, you compare Liverpool's midfield last season compared to this season. Statistically, it has been a hell of a lot better in every statistic, and no one can argue that.
It's
Distance
definitely
covered.
improved.
Yeah, but
Distance covered.
so do you remember what that midfield consisted of?
Regardless,
You improved in that area. I don't dispute that. You
Bro.
improved in
My
that.
point is, when you look at us this season as a midfield, the reason why I class it as a success is because, as Flawless just pointed out over a couple of minutes ago, we were in the title race until mid-April. The whole reason of that is because the engine room was working, and when you look at the engine room, the fact that Harvey Elliott has now been drafted in. You look at Curtis Jones, the impact he's had this season. You look at McAllister, the impact he's had this season. Szoboszlai, when he first joined, had a great impact and then he fell off significantly. And I'm not going to sit here and deny that. Gravenberch has shown glimpses but still needs time. But when you look at it, in every statistic, it's not even an arguable, it's not even an argument because it's not close. Every statistic, it shits on why it's been a success. So that's why I'm saying it's been a success. Because when you look at where we are in the league position, that's been a success.
But all right,
been
look.
a fantastic signing.
All right, sure. So one question.
Yeah, I told you about Endo, but hey, we ain't gonna talk about that. Go on, Lex.
You didn't even know
All
who
right,
he
so
was.
everyone.
I told so wait before you go. Like, I did not ring you about Endo the day. No, you rang me actually. Abused. So this is what happened, people. So the day that Enzo got signed, the actual day, that's why he's smiling right now. The day he signed, I said because you lot know this. Regular watchers know. There's many people who watch Bundesliga here. Strasbourg, Steve, Jez, Ram, who's sometimes on the show, and I spoke to Kaneki. I spoke to all these men in regards to Endo, and he said, "Nah, not a great player, but solid buy for the price they got him at, etc." So all I tweeted out was, what did I say? Shrewd business or something like that. Good business, international experience. And then Stroke rang me straight away, like, "Oh, take the tweet down, blah blah blah." Now you're here saying he's a good signing, so I was right.
I never said to take the tweet down. I never said.
So you did say
I
that.
would never tell you to take
delete the tweet. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Secondly, what happened next? Me and you rang Aaron because Aaron we trust.
Yes,
in terms of he knows the Bundesliga, and we rang Ram. And both of them were like, "I've no idea why we bought him."
It is, but others did. Like Jez knew about him, Strasbourg, Steve, and Kaneki.
Yeah,
I did my due diligence and my research, man. I'd say it'd be a good signing for you. Look.
To be honest, after seeing Endo, I said if he could translate what he does in the Bundesliga to the Premier League, then he'll be fine. He won't be like a 9 out of 10, but he'll be fine. But sure, I have one question. Yeah, when you say success, and this helps your argument very much, when you attribute numbers to success, it helps. So out of 10, what would you rate the level of success? Because there is more success that we could have had if we had a better midfield.
Completely agree.
Have a better midfield just still in the title race.
But the fact that where we are,
all we needed was a better Nunez alone. Don't do this. Nunez alone, flawless. Why you do this?
I'm joking.
Oh my days!
I'm joking, man.
Keep perfect order to the fucking thing, and you just do things like this. Why? You can't help yourself.
This is what he's like.
You know why? Because you would do the same to me, Lex. Don't
Jesus
do that. You know
Christ.
I'm joking. Go on, carry on.
We literally try to have a constructive conversation, and this. Oh my God!
I'm joking.
And you're the host, dog.
I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, man. Man laid the ball up. I'm going to dunk it. I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? But go on. Carry on, Stroke. That's me. That's my fault. My bad. I apologize, yo. That's just funny. I'm sorry, man.
Right, what was the question? What would I rate the midfield this season?
Yeah, on a level out of 10, like in regards to the success of the midfield.
7 or an 8, just purely based on the fact that we won a trophy, the fact that where we are this season, and the fact that, and let's be honest, right? When you look at that midfield, perfect example, Endo didn't rate him. Gravenberch, there was always a question mark about his ability and stuff like that. McAllister, you knew what he was getting. So Szoboszlai was always the anomaly because he looked great at Leipzig, and he looks great for Hungary, but what could he do in the Premier League? So when you look at that transition this season, It's a success as an overall midfield. It's been the engine room this year, and the stats prove it.
Don't get mistaken.
If we had
Don't
the
get
same
mistaken.
midfield as we had last season, we wouldn't be
No,
where we are.
but the comparison to last season is what is bothering me. Because
Yeah,
this comparison
same.
to last season it upsets me because last season should have never existed. It's incompetence
Thank you.
that we had that midfield last season. So I cannot count it against this season because it should have never happened. It's like your girl cheating on you. It should have never happened. So not
But
because
it
you're
did
loyal
happen.
for the past 5 years, it didn't mean
But
say
it
you
did
never
happen.
cheat.
We can't
You
say
get what
it
I'm saying?
shouldn't have happened when it did.
No, but this is what I'm saying. The reason I would discount it in terms of qualifying it as to say, yo, we've risen the bar higher, yes, compared to last season, fine. But the bar should have never been that low in the first place. So, in my opinion, you says 8
I'm
out
not
of 10.
saying-
But
I
I
agree
say
with
I say that 8 out of 10 is compared to last season. Is it an 8 out of 10 compared to where we should be as a club?
No.
No.
No,
No,
because your
and that's what I
midfield still
said.
need
That's
because your
what I've
midfield
said
still
from
needs
minute
Well,
improvement.
Flawless,
Yeah.
can I address it now?
Yeah, go on,
'Cause
go on, Ryan. I just found
The-
that tweet
the-
actually, but go on, carry on.
So the thing is when you look at the
I just
start
found
of
a
the
tweet.
season,
This guy. Man,
I just found a tweet. Shout out to G because he commented on it. You know what I'm saying? And that with the
No, I
note. Yeah, go on,
hate
Ryan.
you,
Sorry,
man.
go on, carry on. Why? Because I was right. You know what I'm saying? And that just annoys people that I was. But all right, cool. Go on, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. Go
the
on.
thing is, it's when you look at the start of the season, it should have. I know there were a lot of people who were predicting us to even finish out of top 4, which I thought was crazy. I knew we'd be comfortably top 3, mostly because I looked at the shit around us and I thought we're definitely easily making top 3. You look at United
so
with their
bad.
recruitment and everything. Tottenham, like obviously had a bad season last season. Newcastle, I thought would decline as well. I knew we'd be top 3 easy, and I was hoping we'd be in a title race. I thought we had a chance of competing, but you know, I also had my doubts over it as well. The fact is that even if you didn't think we'd challenge at the beginning of the season, you have to look at it and say across the season, expectations change at the end of the day. Do you think Arsenal the season before? Last season, no one predicted them to challenge for the title at the beginning of the season. But guess what? They got themselves into a position where they actually should have won it. But they didn't go at the end and say, oh, but you know, it's all right. We got top 4. We
Well,
challenged.
Ryan,
No, they
can
should
I
have
ask you a
won that
question?
shit.
But
They
look,
should have won it, bro.
look,
No,
look,
wait,
look.
wait,
The
Ryan, can I
fact
ask you
is,
a
we
question?
found ourselves with the title in our
Stroll
hands
need
with
to
8 games to
respond.
go. I'm sorry, and yet we've thrown away any chance of the title with winning 1 league game in 5 games. 1 league game in
Right,
5
1 in
games we won.
5.
Yeah, because it was Fulham.
Fuck, like us.
Yeah, because we
Damn.
dropped points against United, Palace, Everton, and
What
West
are you
Ham.
happy
So
about?
1 win in
I have
5
one
is good.
question. I have one question, Stro.
So
Do you
how can you
hate-
then say it's good? Because you can't just say expectations change across season. You can't just say then after we fucked the title up, oh, but it's
No,
okay. At the beginning of the
because
season, this wasn't our aim. You can't say that because
the funny
expectations
thing
change.
is,
We
the
found
funny thing
ourselves in
is-
a position where we had the title in our hands. We had a great chance of doing it, and we fucked it. There's no
but why
excuses
did we
for that at the
fuck
end of
it?
the day.
Why did we fuck it?
Because
No, because this is the funny thing. What you're doing,
Darwin
you're picking and choosing your
Nunez.
arguments. No, not just because of Darwin Nunez. You're picking and
Oh, yeah?
choosing your arguments. One
Give me
minute
10 more
you're
goals.
saying that the team's not good enough and the players aren't good enough because you've just slated Szoboszlai, you've just slated McAllister, you've just slated the midfield, and then you want to turn around and say we should have gone and won the
And
Premier
guess
League.
what?
How when the players aren't good enough?
Guess what? The games
You
we've got
can't
points
pick and
in, we should have been
choose. What
beating
is
all
it?
those teams. We should have
What is
beaten all
it?
those teams. We should have been beating
How
Palace. We
when
should
the
have been
players
beating
aren't
So
good
United.
hold
enough?
on,
You're
Stro.
telling
So
me the
hold
players
on,
aren't
Stro.
good enough.
Hold on, Stro.
It wasn't as
Who
if we
do
lost to
you
Arsenal and
blame?
City.
No. I think who do you blame?
Absolutely. That's my question. Who is at fault for Liverpool's poor/average/mediocre/slightly good season?
Flawless. You're fucking up my question, blood.
I'm sorry, man.
I have
It's my
made it
apology. I
clear.
can't myself. I'm sorry.
I've
It's
made
Stroll's
this
fault,
clear.
man. Because you gotta understand. I know, like me and Stroll know each other like before all this in it, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
we just go back and forth like this in it. He just pisses me off at times. But go on. I'll let you ask the question. My bad. I apologize.
I've made this clear, and Flawless will vouch me on this. I blame FSG, and I've blamed FSG for the past 4 or 5 years. They should be putting us in a position where we shouldn't have to be going and getting an Endo. We shouldn't have to be going and getting the Gravenberch. We should be getting a level above.
And there it is, Stro. That is why the midfield, despite being way better than last season, it is still not good enough.
And I never said it was good enough. But if you
But
actually,
why you on this last season thing though?
Because what I'm saying is, when you look at Liverpool, and correct me if I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool have
Mm-hmm.
always been a momentum team, yes or no? So the whole
So
reason,
your argument is we never had the quality to actually win for the league, and our expectations should have just been top 4.
yeah.
I don't think, and just to clarify, I don't think you should have won the league either. But do I believe you are good enough to do all
But
the
we
things I said? Yes.
but do you
Like, I think
believe
you
we
were
had
good
a
enough.
chance?
You were good enough to be in
No.
a title race. I think you were good enough to be in a title race. Yes, I think you were also good enough to win the Europa League. Yes, and you're also good enough to win the FA
Before
Cup. Yes.
So you're no, wait. No, I think I understand what Stroh is saying. So essentially, Stroh, you're saying that despite the improvements, you would give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of improvement, but
Yeah.
you won't give it an 8 out of 10 in terms of winning the league. If the bar was winning the league, then you would have dropped the bar to probably a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
I'm
because
kind of
my
with
standards,
Schroeder anyway,
but my
like in what he's saying though, like
Go on, G.
because obviously before I had Liverpool 4th or 5th, so like to finish 3rd, I'm just like right, okay, cool. But I also do hear the side that you're coming on, Flawless, in terms of you saying the bookmakers, because obviously logic tells you if you just looked at the teams on paper, you just say okay, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, whoever after that, I don't really know, Villa, whatever, blah blah blah. But it's like what everyone's saying. I think is all right though. I think what Stroh's saying, I'm more on that side anyway because of where I actually thought Liverpool would finish. I did not think we were good enough to win the league, even when we were top. I think Flawless. I came in how many times? And you asked, and
you said this.
I still think Manchester City are going to win the league. Like, I don't see Liverpool. Because I don't think we were good enough to do so. Stroh is right though. The midfield did improve, and I think Lex just explained it there at the end. If we're judging it last season in terms of the improvement,
I think, and also too, I tend to agree with Stroh. I tend to agree with him now that I think about.
I do agree that expectations can change during the season.
I do understand. But my point
is, that's where it is. I had you. It's not pick and choose. I had you lot a lot higher than, not a lot higher, but I had you higher than you lot had it in your predictions. I had you lot second. Genuinely. I said this all season long.
No,
but the thing about it is, I'm not
talking about you.
Yeah,
because what I'm saying is, if all I'm here.
Yeah, shit, you probably just clicked off. You're old man.
You clicked him off. I was like,
no, I wouldn't do that. I never hear the end of it. You know what I'm saying? See
oh my God.
Like Stroh, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stroh. Before we continue, people, run up the likes. There's over 65 people in here. Let's get up to how many likes we are? 52. Like check 1212 though, man. Let's get up to 70 likes. Please hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to all the Mandem as well. Subscribe to G's channel. Subscribe to Lex's channel as well. Make sure you do that. Yeah, go on, Stroh. What was you gonna say?
No, what I was saying is, in terms of, I agree that expectations can change during the season because you see it all the time. Certain people don't, like, for example, when you got teams fighting for relegation and they go clear, like, then the next expectation is, right, okay, can we finish 15th? Can we finish 16th? Can we try and get close to the top half of the table? Expectations can change during the season, but when all I'm hearing is the players aren't good enough, so when we're in that position where we could go on and win the league, how are we expected to when all I've been told all season is the players aren't good enough?
The reason that expectation happened is because we weren't expected to be as good as we were, and the teams that were expected to be way better are more shit. That's why we ended up in that situation of thinking like this. You get me?
But at the same
You're
time,
muted, Ryan.
But at the same time, though, because the players aren't good enough, they're naturally going to have a fall off because they're not good enough for that level. So we were never going to be able to kick on and get it over the line. And that's the point I've been trying to make the whole time. When I'm talking about the midfield improvement, compared to what it should be, I've said this for years. I've said this when I was on From a Third Eye with Flawless, and he'll vouch for this. My biggest problem is FSG, more than anything. My biggest problem has always been FSG.
Same. I attributed to the same thing earlier.
Because we should never be going in to a January transfer window and not getting centre backs when we've got no centre backs and we get Kabak on loan and we go down that route. We shouldn't
Yeah,
have
about
to go
Kabak.
and get an Endo. We should be going out and getting a Paulinho. We should be going out and getting an elite defensive midfielder. We should be
Paulinho's
going out.
overrated, but yeah.
No, he's not. When you look
He
at
is.
him, he's not.
Not for the role that he plays. No.
Exactly. We should be going out and getting the best of the best because realistically, right, when you look at Liverpool as a football club, we are one of the most historical and one of the best clubs, best ran clubs in the world until it comes to actually going out into the transfer market. And that's where my issue is because why are teams outspending us? Why is West Ham outspending us over a certain period of time? That should never happen for Liverpool. When we went and won the title, we should have gone and won it again. The difference is we've not had the backing to do that, and that's where my issue lies. And it has
I
been
hear
for
that.
the whole time.
I get that in regards to FSG, but yeah, because FSG are at fault. But yeah, like I said, I look at your last season for you lot as just like as a one-off. It was unexpected. You fell off. I did not expect that to happen again. Never once did I think you would finish outside of the top four. Never once did I think you would finish just fourth. I thought you would have been the closest challengers to Manchester City. The fact that you lot were winning games, not playing well, was annoying, and I was like, these lot might get over the line and do this. There was that point. You lot scored late against, was it Forest? And I was watching the game and just turned my phone off and went back to took a nap, went back to sleep. It pissed me off that much. I'm like, they keep doing it.
When we were
I'm like, you lot keep doing it. Yeah. And you lot kept doing this, and I'm like, I still think you will fall short, but there's a knack to that. Even though people saying, oh, it's not sustainable. Yo, it's game week 26, game week.
But the thing about it, a lot of other teams like City and Arsenal were playing not sustainable football as well. So in our eyes, because of the opposition that we had left to play, obviously there was a chance of a fall off, which has happened. But even to the level it has happened, I never thought it would be this bad. Because we were on top. So I figured we'd probably draw a game here, and drop probably 2 points here, but we'd still be in the running. It's not just the fall off, it's how we fallen off.
Yeah, that's true.
3 to Atalanta at Anfield is inexcusable. I do not care what one has to say.
You look at the titles we've lost to Pep in the last few years, losing out by the point. One thing you couldn't accuse this team of was bottling it and collapsing at the end of the season. At the end of the day, like we were pretty much flawless. Like in the last however many games, last part of the season, it wasn't as if we bottled it. Like we were winning pretty much every game. It was just the fact we were up against a team that was also winning every single game as well. But this was genuinely, we crumbled in this last month. Like crumbled. Like it was worse than even I could have probably imagined, to be honest. I thought if we're not going to win, we might drop points in a couple of games,
We'd still be in and around it. That's what I expected.
I thought it would probably lose us the league by dropping points in a couple of games. Maybe drop. I was predicting we'll drop points against. We'll draw the United and Everton away games. That's what I maybe thought. We'll draw those 2 games, but dropping points in 4 games, 1 league win in 5. That's a collapse, bro. Like there's no excuse for that at all. Like
to answer your question, Stro, that's why I titled it what I titled it. But go on, carry on.
Yeah, but so no one's saying that it's an excuse because it's not. But my thing is, when you actually look at the reason why it's happened, it's clear as day. The structure of the team. So when you look at, perfect example, Ryan, right? You go back to the seasons where we were competing with Pep and we lost out by a point and all that stuff, right? You look at the spine and the structure of that team. Van Dijk, Alisson, Fabinho.
Yeah, I know.
Right, but when you look at the spine of this team, who's the DM? Who?
Yeah, Endo.
Like bad boy.
No. It's sometimes it's Endo, sometimes it's McAllister.
McAllister, yeah.
That's a problem. Who's our striker? Sometimes it's Nunez, sometimes it's not. There's no structure. That's the biggest problem. When you look at it, we've not got a set spine. You look at Arsenal, right?
I actually blame that on Klopp.
So some of it's Klopp, some of it's 100% the fact that he's not at the backing. But when you look at it, you look at Arsenal, right? They've got Raya, Gabriel Saliba, Rice, and then they put Havertz in the position.
They've got a settled team.
And that's my point. So that's why we fell the way we have, because we've not got a settled team.
No,
Our
that's
team is
definitely
nowhere
a
near
reason.
settled.
That's definitely a reason. Like, if you look at it when we were winning the Prem and Champions League, you know, you could name pretty much most of our 11. We put out our strongest 11. There might be a few changes in the midfield. You know, one day Milner might play net or Van Alden or whatever, Ox maybe. But other than that, it would pretty much be the same at the end of the day. But I still,
that we can do.
the problem is that, yeah, there are players in this team that have shown they're not good enough at the end of the day, who have shown this season and do need to be moved on. Yeah, it's all well and good, you know, saying, you know, we need to buy these players.
Who would you move
well.
on?
We also need to. I think Nunez has to be moved on. That's one. He's not the only one. I think Diaz should be moved on as well. I just don't think those two are good enough for where we want to go, in my opinion. Who else would I get rid of? Simicast, but then he's not. That's not really a big deal because he doesn't play
Over
anyway,
Robertson.
Oh, I keep Robertson over Simicast, but I think we need a left back anyway. I think Robertson should be second choice. I think he should be a backup. I think we need a
I'd
new
keep
left back
Simicast
anyway.
as second choice.
I think Simicast is worse than Robertson. I'll be real. Robertson still has good game. Simicast is just like, yeah,
Robertson
he's not a bad
has
player, but he's nowhere near good enough.
Robertson has had too much trouble beating the first man for a cross these days.
No, I agree. Robertson ain't be good enough, which is why we also need a first choice left back. But I do think Robertson can still be a good backup.
But look, one question, Ray. If we still have a sell to buy model, right?
Yeah.
And we need revenue, would you consider selling Salah?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Because I don't think he's also the player that he was a few years ago. So yeah, the fact that we could potentially get 100+ mil for him, for a 31-year-old who for me is declining, then yeah, I would consider that, yeah.
What are you saying strong on that actually before we close out? Where do you stand? Would you, let's say you get 120 million offer for Salah, are you selling him or are you keeping him?
Nah, I've said this is, if we're sticking with the sell to buy model, you've got to sell him, because I don't think that we're going to be able to get that sort of numbers for anyone else in the team at the minute. My point is though, and this isn't a dig at Ryan,
Trent's
but when
the
you
only
look
one
at,
you could potentially get a big one
Yeah,
for, but they're not selling him. Like.
But when you look at Salah this season, and everyone's talking about this decline and stuff like that, yes, he's not been great since his injury, granted, right? But when you actually look at his core numbers, they're exactly the same as other seasons.
But so was Gundogan in the treble winning season, but they moved him on because instead of keeping him and losing money, they just got whatever they could have get for him instead of. You get me?
I agree, but what is the one thing we've been terrible at?
Rebuilding.
Keeping hold of players and letting them run the contract down. And
you
that's
could
my
also say with
biggest
City
concern.
this season, they're not as good without Gundogan as well.
No, but I think the fact. All right, so we usually lose players before their full prime, right? Or what's expected to be their prime. I think we've got Salah's prime.
Yeah.
And now Saudi's offering this astronomical buy.
So it's like perfect example, right? We let Firmino with his contract down, Wijnaldum with his contract down, who we could have got good money for at the time. I don't understand why we let players run the contract down. And my biggest fear,
so sell Salah, right? That's the thing. Yeah,
that's my biggest fear, is because Salah's got 1 year left in his contract. If he doesn't agree to a new 1 year deal, sell him, because we're not.
But he has to agree with it before the summer window.
Yeah, no.
So we can get the 150 for him.
You can't
yeah,
let him go for free. Let him go for free.
Yeah, can't.
It's ridiculous.
Do the Coutinho thing, and then Coutinho led to Alisson and Van Dijk, so that Salah leads to. You get me?
If he doesn't agree to a contract, go.
First, why that? That makes a lot. Now that makes sense.
Because I was gutted when we lost Coutinho, but look what it got us.
Yeah, you like reinvested that money very smartly. You did.
As long as you got that's the only criteria. Reinvest it smartly.
Yeah. I get you.
Only criteria. But hold on. But the thing about it though is, if we're getting rid of Salah, everyone else has to go.
All the other attackers, you saying?
Everyone, because Salah is last on that list.
By the way, that includes Jota. Because let's be honest, what point? You're a good finisher. What's the point if you're only playing 3 times a season? Like, come on, season. Like, what's the point?
Got a valid point.
You dig? So it's like this. It's like, okay, last season we did the midfield overhaul. Maybe that's the new model. No, it's an attacking overhaul.
We actually
I don't
do need
know.
an attacking overhaul. Well,
I don't know. Maybe that's what we need to do and get
You know,
a centre back
you
and
know
a
what?
DM.
That's a
You
smart.
dig?
That's a smart thing, Lex. Maybe you do an attacking overhaul like you did in
Maybe
midfield.
we do. And if we can get 50 mil for Nunez, 60 for Diaz, and 150 for Salah, all of a sudden we have a war chest. Now we can go and spend like Man City, innit?
We could get 50
Who are
mil
you
for
signing
Nunez.
with this money?
No matter how bad he is, we could.
You guys already know how Liverpool stay.
Edward,
probably
listen. I have to depend on Edward's magic
You
for
got
that.
Edwards
No,
and
no,
the
no,
DOF
but
and the
this is
CEO and all the new Julian
but
Ward
this
and
is
them.
this is
So go on.
this is the point though. Like I agree with you, by the way. Yeah, like
You
you can
can't
sell
actually
these players,
smile, yo.
sell these players. But
You know what I do. You know, Stroll, know what you do. Stroll, know what you're doing.
What? No, Stroll's is making me laugh. Is it not Julian Ward and Edwards? You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
And them
But
lot?
it's just
Stop.
it's flawless delivery, man. I'm
Yeah.
so used to it.
Yo,
It's
this
like
is how I
Julian Ward and
sound.
them
You
dons.
No,
know,
stop.
you
No,
know,
flawless.
no,
No.
Stro.
But
You
like
know
it
me.
still
You know
cracks
me
me up.
personally. This is
No,
how
but
I
no.
sound. I
I
don't
know, but
change
it
my
still
voice.
it still cracks
This is
me up. It's just
this
like
is
Julian
outrageous,
and them
man.
dons.
Yeah, man. Like they are they not your dons? Wait, one sec. Let me get it right. Let me do my due diligence before G carries on. 1 second. I actually bookmarked it. 1 second. I'm saying did the proper reset. I got
This
the
man
footage.
bookmarking Liverpool
See,
tweets in
100%.
it.
Yeah, man,
This
for the
guy.
show, man.
This is
100%.
all I wanted.
So this is it. So Michael Edwards is the new CEO. Richard Hughes is the sporting director. Julian Ward's the technical director, and then Pedro Marquez is director of football development, which I didn't even know
People
was a
don't
role.
realize how big that Pedro signing is. He's going to be insane.
I need to Google what
Bro, how do you
director
know
of football
anything about
development
him?
is. But go on, let
How
G
do I know
go.
anything about him? Bro, you
Go on.
forget like
Yo, Mike.
I've done my coaching badges and done my scouting stuff.
Yeah, Stroll
When
bad
you
boy
look at
manager.
his-
Don't get him mistaken. Stroll's a
when
bad
you-
boy manager.
When you look at his criteria and the work that he's done with Benfica, along with other clubs, the fact that he specifically studied in Brazil and Portugal, and the actual body of work he's got, he is a unbelievable signing and will be an unbelievable signing for us.
Fair enough.
And you can
What's your
bookmark
opinion on
this
the
all
new
you want.
manager?
Pedro
I
Marquez,
haven't
man.
actually heard
Pedro
Stroll.
Marquez, director of football development.
Hey, yo, listen.
What?
You know that Fabio Carvalho coming back, innit? He's coming back, right? We didn't
Yeah,
sell him. We
he's
loaned
a
him, right?
bum. I don't care, man. He's a bum, man.
What is this role? This is news to me.
It depends on
What?
It depends on the system that we're going to play, though. He might fit.
Director of
He's
football
shit,
development,
bro.
or is it just director of football?
Nah, so the
Oh my
director of football
God.
development, it'll be
He's
talking
not
about
shit.
recruiting
He's shit, man.
players
Carvalho's
for
rubbish.
academies, and so you know, like how Fergie used to have it, where anyone that came from the academy would play in the first team. They'd play the exact same way, so it was never. It's literally just going to be that model.
Okay, first.
But
Yeah, I
he's
didn't
got.
even know about that.
But he's literally got unbelievable network in Portugal. He's got an unbelievable network in Brazil, and this is one thing Liverpool have always been scared to do, is go into the Brazilian market. Hence the reason why we were so hesitant with Andre and stuff like that. Whereas what normally happens is you look at McAllister, the perfect example. We liked him when he was in Argentina. We waited for him to go to Brighton to see how he developed, and then we went and got him. Whereas now we're just going to be cutting the middleman out, which will save Liverpool a hell of a lot of money.
Go on, G. Say what he was going to say before we close out. Say what he was going to say.
No, all I was gonna say is just, bro, like I hear what everyone's saying about this selling player stuff, and where I agree. So whilst I agree,
it's risky though.
The same. It's not even like that's not even risky. Like people sell players all the time. I don't even care about that. But when we then start rocking up with like Somerville and that, I don't want anyone to complain when that we sold these players and then all of a sudden, but you
who the hell is Somerville, dog? What?
And there we go. And
the Leeds winger.
Yeah. But it'll be these kind of things.
Bro,
and I get
stop,
this massive
dog.
war chest. That's why I hear what Stroh says. Obviously, when you talk about MSG and the money, obviously, I don't get into that, but I can hear that side of the argument because, of course, when you're selling these kind of, remember, we're not in the same place when Klopp took over. You know, like this is a whole different club than when Klopp.
But G, is their aim not to go?
But G, remember,
is their aim not to go get Mane, Firmino, and Salah again?
I get exactly.
No. I don't want that. No. That is the worst thing Liverpool could ever do.
All right, go on. Talk about it. Why don't go on?
Because that's like saying, because when you do things like that, that's like saying Barcelona need to go out and find Messi, Pedro, and David Villa again in order for them to be the top. No, football don't work like that. You should never try and go back to what you.
No, I don't think that's what flawless means, though.
I'm just talking
but
about
you're trying to find
in
like
terms of
a
quality.
regen in terms of
Yeah,
someone
just
who
quality.
is similar to the job. Remember,
Yeah.
we don't have
No,
the
not
same.
He's not
similar.
talking
Not
profile.
similar.
Saying,
No, not profile.
No. I don't
Not
want
profile.
that profile. I don't want that profile.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not
Yeah,
talking
he's
about
talking
profile.
quality.
I'm just talking
He's
quality, not profile. Just free
quality for a
talent.
good price. That's what he means. Quality for a good price.
Like
But
the way you found them.
no. Again, what was quality back then for what we were is not the same quality for what we are.
Oh, so you're looking for higher. You're looking for a higher quality
yes,
than
because
those.
the reality. Remember, Mane was.
But that's what we thought when we was getting Nunez.
No, I didn't talk about that. But you know when we signed Mane, when you signed Salah, when you signed Gini Wijnaldum, when we signed all of these players, bro, we was in that space. So when you're in that space, it's a totally different space that you're in. So you don't mind waiting 3 years for Mane to be the Mane that you're talking about. You don't mind like waiting for Salah to be this.
Oh no. We can't do that with Salah. Salah broke the flipping record the first season.
No. But do you know what I mean? We're talking about players that were not world class when they came. They were decent players, good players. You know, they're all right. People knew about them.
Yeah, we had our doubts.
These kind of guy. Say that again.
We had our doubts. I don't think the reception for Salah was as great as he turned out. Like I had mad doubts.
I was like, bro, why are you getting Salah?
I was like, what the hell, Salah? 35 mil. Here we go again, and this man just started scoring and couldn't stop. I was like, okay, shit. What do I know?
Exactly. You're like, right, what do I know? But what I'm saying is that obviously I'm not saying it can't work, and I'm also not saying that you can't go and find your Somervilles and maybe if he's the guy, that's fine. But what I'm saying is that at the same time of doing that, you do need to make sure, as Stroh said,
but
man can't shop and get an endo and then expect to walk into a season and think, let me go win the Premier League.
No, but it's not an endo. But look, I think what flawless essentially means down to the core is that the reason Salah worked, the reason Firmino worked, and the reason Mane worked is because they were in cohesion with Klopp. They were what Klopp needed. Not necessarily what he wanted, but what he needed to fit his system as perfectly as possible. Because we could have gotten actually better players at that time who wouldn't necessarily fit the system.
But we don't know that though until they hit, and that's all hindsight.
No, it's hindsight. But this is what I'm saying. For instance, say we get Slot, but then we go and sign, say, a Rodrigo, or we go and sign, say, some top player that is proven, right? But that player doesn't necessarily fit Slot system, as opposed to some unknown baller that we can, or a baller who might come at a cheaper price that doesn't look as good in a particular system, but he suits Slot system perfectly and can actually overachieve. Because what we find happening in football right now, it's that system. We have a lot of system players. We don't have a lot of players that you can easily transition from team to team to team to team to team. It's not like back in the day where you could take Maldini and throw him in any side and it's automatically greater. You get me?
Yeah.
So what I realize with football is that if we don't get a profile of player that matches the manager's system, then we're going to have issues. So if Edwards were to bring in not an Endo, because I don't think that was an Edwards signing, and that is where the contrast lies. I don't think that Edwards would bring in a cheap baller who wasn't actually good or perfect for Slot system, because he's operating on a wavelength that everyone he's putting into the system is on the same wavelength. And because they're on the same wavelength, the manager then can maximize these players because they suit his system. You get me?
Yeah, we say.
So that's what I'm saying when I say get a Salah, or I'm not saying get a Salah because we're going to get a player who overachieved per se. I'm saying get a Salah because Salah fits our system so much it allowed him to overachieve.
No, of course, and I'm not. Maybe people are probably thinking I'm saying go and sign Mbappe just because, even if he doesn't.
You're just saying I get what you're saying, Lex. You're saying get better than at that time because you're not in the same place.
Yes, so you can still get the profile guy because remember, as Lex just said, you could have still gotten. And there's nothing to say that Julian Brandt as an example, as a wild example. There's nothing to suggest that he couldn't have just done the same thing that Salah done, and then we'd be talking about him in the exact same light. At the time, he was probably considered to be the better player. I'm not saying that you can't go and get your profile guys. What Stone also mentioning is that trying to get these guys.
I think I know what you're saying, because when Klopp took over, we were competing to try and get back into the top four. Whereas now, at the transition of the club, we are looked at, like Flawless said earlier, in terms of when you look at bookies, we're one of the top two that you look at in terms of who's going to be challenging for the title.
We need the top two type players.
We need to be going for the elite players.
So you're saying, G, we need to get instead of getting a Salah, we need to get a level above, where if Klopp had gotten a better player than Salah, then maybe that player would suit his system more than Salah and even achieve greater things. That's what you said. Potentially. Okay. That's what we need now for slot. Yeah, I understand. That makes sense, because
still keep the guys who, if they fit the system, like I'm not saying just go and sign, Vinny just because it's Vinny.
Because it's Vinny. No. I got you.
Who can, but as I said, don't go and get Somerville because he's super cheap and it will just no. Don't do that. Go and get your guy who's of the level above what we were.
And to be honest,
but just the next.
To be honest, G, if Slot decides that his system is like Salah fits his system, and if he can keep Salah on a certain level of fitness where we can get 3 more years out of him at least a top level, not necessarily the level that we've known him to be, but for instance, this season, we have seen his ability to be creative in providing chances for the strikers. Now, if we substitute and get a different player, so get rid of Nunez per se, get rid of Diaz and get actual finishers who will put away the chances that Salah creates, then I'd say keep Salah. You get me? If he can manage to do that.
And big up to Dunsey. Yeah, go on.
Run the Dunsey.
Big up to Dunsey for the super chat. Hey, Dunsey, my guy. He says Liverpool need a massive rebuild, but will they? I think he's going to say that, like, will they rebuild? Do you not think that, just quickly, that Liverpool will, quote unquote, rebuild? So let's say it's attacking. You know what I'm saying? From an attacking style. Or not even necessarily attacking, but just players with slot coming in. Do you see like 5-6 players coming in, or do you think it'll be more 2-3? Ryan, we'll go to you quickly. Yes or no? Pretty much 4. Okay. All right. So not a complete rebuild, but 3 or 4. What are you saying?
I think we get rid of Nunez and Diaz, so we have
what I see happening is Edwards bringing in players that suits slot system that may take a year or 2 to actually reach to their potential. That's what I literally envision happening. Mm-hmm. And maybe one of those players hit the ground running while it take another 1 or 2 to actually get up to speed.
No, first, what are you saying, Stro?
Depends on Salah. If Salah goes, yeah.
First. I hear that. G, what are you saying?
3, 4, yeah.
3, 4, probably. Okay.
Yeah. So, hey, yo. One last question. You man think this might be a 10 thing all over again? Because I can't do this. If this is a 10 thing, I take it next year off in a dog. I swear
you know what is? Both Kaneki and Steve, who I trust, said that he's a good fit for the way that you like currently under Klopp type of thing. Like he's not too, his style isn't too dissimilar from Klopp's. That's what both of them said.
He plays 4.
Yeah, like G feels sick hearing that.
They said no, but they said the major.
But the difference is attacking wise. With the ball, we play different.
Yeah, he likes the
midfield.
Sound midfields. Yeah. You was there when Kaneki was talking about.
Yeah. And I did research on him. And I realized that off the ball will replicate Klopp a lot, but on the ball it will look significantly different.
Yeah, because of the way he builds from the back.
Yeah, builds from the back. It actually got me a bit excited, because if we could get in, like for instance, if we could use Gravenberch in a different capacity, could Szoboszlai further forward where he usually plays better, because he doesn't play good in the Hendo role, but that's another point. Because some people just seem to think he's just full on shit. But anyways, I just think then maybe, even at least on your first season, I give you enough to say, all right, give us top 4 at least. If you can't give us a whole lot.
No, that's right.
But if by some miracle though, even without selling Salah, we spend like a bunch of money and like at least 150 mil and getting a couple players, like the players that something that was talking about, like Coop Miners and Wormin or whoever this man Kaneki was talking about, that suits his system well and that could be proven based on their rigidity and strength, then hey, I might raise my expectations. Who knows?
That's fair. That's fair. But before we close out, again, people, are you not entertained? Run up the likes. Like check 1212. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to G's channel. Subscribe to Lex's channel as well. We're just gonna get predictions on the game because Liverpool don't play till Monday. Obviously, they travel to Villa Park. Go to you on that, G. Aston Villa, Liverpool scoreline prediction.
What is Curdry, dog?
What you say? Sorry, G. 2-2.
2-2.
2-2. Stroke.
2-1.
2-1. Villa. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'd say 2-1 Liverpool. Yeah.
What are you saying, Lex?
Why is that funny?
No, I was laughing at Stroh in it. It's Stroh, yo. Faces, yo. Yeah, because I just had to double check. Who knows? It's not out of this world that you lot lose to Villa. That's actually my scoreline prediction. I thought he was on I thought he was on the same wavelength as me because I got Villa 2-1. But hey, we move. Go on, Lex. You give me too much credit all the time, man. I ain't no mastermind. You always think I'm some evil genius. I'm just out here just giving my opinion, yo. You give me way too much credit. Lex, what you saying? Villa Liverpool.
Bro. I don't even want to think about this, bro. I don't want to think about it. The season is done. It doesn't even fucking matter.
The season is done. However, if you do want to think about it, people, Monday on the playback, there will be a watch along. Aston Villa versus Liverpool will start 7:50 p.m. UK time on the playback, people. So make sure you head over there way before that because we got so much content coming up. But G, let them know where they can find you, what you got coming up, all that good stuff.
Sorry, because we're not playing until Monday. It's a bit mad. I thought we was playing on Sunday. I can't lie.
The Monday game.
Match preview. It will come on Monday. New channel, Keeping It GTV. Show first episode out on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Look,
yeah. I'll send it to you in the group anyway.
Yeah. Drop that in the group chat. 100%. Drop that in the group chat.
Yeah. Just another space outside of football. So we'll just be talking about various different things, reacting to certain different things, the usual kind of stuff. So, yeah, man. Yeah. That's what we got popping this weekend.
That's fair. Alex is patenting his channel, people. So once he's fully patented it, make sure you head over there and subscribe as well. But you'll see him here on a regular basis as it is. What we got coming up today, people? So we're going live in about 5 to 10 minutes on the playback. We're going to run pro clubs real quick. So myself, the rest of the gang will be over there for pro clubs, get over to the playback. And then game 3 of the Minnesota Timberwolves Denver Nuggets series. That's going on NBA playoffs today. That is today. Obviously, the Timberwolves 2-0 up. So the Nuggets have to win this game, but they probably getting swept. You know what I'm saying? Because they battered them both times in Denver. So it's going to be a good game regardless. And then today, what else we got coming up? Back on the playback, 5:30 p.m. UK time for that Nottingham Forest Chelsea game. So that'll be going on 5:30 p.m. And then 10 p.m. I said I was going to do it. Sarcasm City podcast back, doing a breakdown of the Kendrick Lamar Not Like Us. I'm going to do a lyrics breakdown of that diss track to Drake. So make sure you're there 10 p.m. UK time because I've been bumping that track ever since it dropped. So yeah, that's going to be that's going to be a fun stream. Say again?
Is it just you doing that?
I think Tox is pulling up. I think he's pulling up.
Literally just took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. I think he is.
Yeah, for that, it's him.
Yeah, because he was on the 3 previous ones we've done when we spoken on it. He's been on it. Like Lex has been on one of them as well. I know G was in the comments, but he just wasn't about. Otherwise, he would have been on it as well. So yeah.
Oh yeah, mad, yeah.
Yeah. But let me know in the chat, people, if anyone's live. Let me know who is live because if there's no one live, I'll just send you lot to another stream. But big up to everyone that's tapped in. Don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Big up to everyone who super chatted as well. Big up my guy Don C. Big up Andrew Wright who super chatted earlier as well.
Can I say something?
Subscribe. Yeah, go
on. Troops is a wild lad.
Yeah. Why is Troops a wild lad? What did Troops do? I'm saying shout out to Troops by the way, every single time. What did Troops do?
Bro, man's just making fun of my love life every single stream, you know.
Yeah, it's deserved.
Everyone makes fun of your love life. It's not just Troops, bro.
Bro, he was on a stream last week. And I asked a very, innocent question on the stream, that doesn't matter, right? But
No,
like,
no. What was the
I
question?
need
Was the
context.
question this? Hold on,
by the
already,
way,
but
can
here
I
we
just
are.
say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them. Right,
I
okay.
big up the panel. I told as for. So what was the question you asked, Troops?
It was something like,
Go on.
do
Yeah,
you
he's dying.
reckon?
Like a stroll.
All
Go
I
on.
did was ask him, do you reckon you'll get through to the Champions League final? Like, it's
Yeah, there you go.
very
So he
innocent.
abused. So there you
And
go. He
his
verbally abused you.
response,
Yeah.
response in front of Sophie Rose, right? When was the
Shout out
last time
Sophie
you had a
Rose.
woman, Ray?
Yeah,
That
man.
was
I
his-
was there. I watched. I laughed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I was like-
I laughed. 100%.
Honestly.
That's a good
Everybody's
question.
single
When
seeing
was the
guy
last
get turned
time?
by
When
Love
was the
Life.
last time you had a woman, Riri?
That doesn't matter.
Serious.
Probably. You know when it was. You know when it was, Lex. Probably around the time he said this. But
Can
here
I
we
just
are.
say, the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Hey, and big up to my guy RSV for the super chat. Says Arne Slot is the next De Boer, Coleman, Ten Hag. Dutch managers get extremely overhyped all the time. Hey, well, RSV, we'll see. And you know what?
Listen, you
I
man,
hope
never
we'll
give
see.
Flawless a clip like that because he's never, ever gonna stop. Never give that man ammunition like that again.
You know what the crazy part is? This is where my reputation is absolute. I didn't make the
No, I know
original
you
clip.
didn't, but
I didn't make the remix or the remix of the remix.
I know you didn't, but
Yeah.
whilst it's in your hands.
Oh yeah, facts. This is getting played for life. And that being said, people.
But no. I'm genuine. Listen.
16 out of 10 merch available.
I'm
Pin comment, people.
Flawless.
Hit me.
Did you
I'm
say it was on
genuinely
Big
concerned.
Six, that clip.
I
It
think
was
so.
everywhere.
Yeah, I think it got played on Big Six.
Everywhere.
Matisse mentioned it, and
So you're
Saeed
telling
knows
me it
about
got
it.
played in front of like 60k people?
Yeah, man, 100%. And it will continue to get played. Yeah, man, and it will continue to get played every day of your life, man. That is getting played at your wedding, fam. Like, just be very aware. 100%.
You're not even invited to my wedding.
Wait, hold up. Hold up, Flawless.
I have to be invited.
What wedding?
You'll get all right, valid.
Because with words like that, you ain't having no wedding, bro.
Man, have a 16 out of 10 wedding, man. I'll just crash it. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
this guy, you know.
But look, listen.
Yo, the screen will drop from the sky and be like Exhibit 8. You know what I'm saying? And that.
Listen, I'm genuinely concerned about Ray, dog.
Yeah.
You need a girlfriend, or I can get you. I can try and help you.
Don't worry, I don't need any help, bro. It's cool.
Man.
You don't need no help.
Hey,
Yeah. So all right. So you're good.
Hey, X, shout me. What country? What country you trying to? What country you based in? Let me know. So I know like the shipping cost that freaking post office ain't the one. Trust me. You know what I'm saying and that. But RSV again, big up for the super chat as well. But yeah, X hit me up in regards to it. In regards to the shipping cost. Where my Bruno said, okay, not reading my super chat. What super chat? Where's yours? Oh, my bad, Bruno. I missed it. My bad. I got you. See? You know what I'm saying? We don't miss nothing out here, man. No Darwin Nunez out here. Facts, Lex. Ten Hag Part 2. Slot ball in the Premier League low. So Bruno's with it. He's with it. I got you, Bruno. My apologies.
Yo, listen. First of all,
10 was. You know what the worst thing about this whole thing is, right?
Go on.
So
what is it?
I'm out with a few of my mates watching the Real Madrid Bayern game the other night,
my
right?
days, bro.
So I know for a fact they're on Twitter, but they don't use Twitter like a lot in it. Like they're not on it a lot. And I also know they don't watch my streams in it. So I'm thinking the bunch of people I'm definitely not telling anyone about 16 out of 10 is them, because I know I'm never going to hear the end of it, right? It's going to be horrible. So I'm thinking that they don't know about it or anything. I meet up with them the other day. One of them's been away in France for 5 months working. He's come back. One of the first things he says was, do you reckon she's 16 out of 10? We talk about some gal in it. Something like that.
Yeah, no, Flawless.
I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh.
And he's been in France for 5 months. That's great.
He's been in France for 5 months.
Yeah, because it's worldwide. That's why.
Resort, like,
I'm saying that shit is what, like, literally.
Bro, France is close. I'm in the US.
Yeah. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide.
It's worldwide. I've had loads of people ask me about this. Even the guy who made my distributor who made the 16 out of 10 tees, I showed him the clip. I was like, oh, this is what it's about. And he was howling, like 100%. Without doubt. Hey, right, man. Well done, man.
I don't even get why it's that.
But hold on. About the super chat, though.
Yeah, go on. Get to the super chat. Go on.
We shouldn't even be reading a super chat from anyone called Bruno.
Why not, man? We rate Bruno G.
No. You're a Man United fan. Stop this.
Yeah, I am, but we rate Bruno G. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Liverpool
No.
have Bruno Cheru. You know what I'm saying?
That's
what
a
we talking about here.
What?
Yo, you are a
What?
It's his birthday
What is
today.
going
I think
on,
it's his
bro?
birthday
guy
or
said
something
that
today. It
with
was on Twitter.
confidence as well, you know.
Nah, it might actually be his birthday today.
How the hell you know it's Bruno Cheru's birthday? Anyways,
Because it
we
was
are
on
closing out.
Twitter. I think the
Does he
Red Men
probably
TV
simped over him?
put a goal of his up
Is
today.
it? All right, we gonna redirect to Beijing Reds TV anyway. So head over there. You already know how we redirect from Sarcasm City TV 16/10 rain. You already know. Run up the likes over there. Hit the subscribe button as well. If you're there, Liverpool fans over there on that channel as well, people. So yeah, big up to them. Love to everyone that's locked in. It's been the Manchester United.
Oh yeah, it is his
Liverpool
birthday. It actually is his
Manchester
birthday.
United Liverpool podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.
No.